Alright, I'll pull this up real quick. I'm pulling up chat on second phone, second device. Second device is pulling up chat. And we're here. Welcome to Slay the Princess. Well, welcome back, I guess is what I could say. For once, we're actually following up on one of those games I said I would follow up on. That's crazy. So, I actually have a new setup right now. Currently in a room that is not the living room, which means that I have the ability to stream this pretty fucking freely. I can stream a lot more freely now. The main issue is that I don't get to port my Omori save over to this. So if you look at my community tab, there is a vote option, a little poll that I put up there. And if you would like to vote on that, that would be very helpful for me, because then I can know what to do with that. But what we're going to do now is we are going to continue where we left off in Slay the Princess, because this one
You're on
did
a path
keep it safe.
in the woods.
Pretty sure.
And at the end
at
of
least. Yeah. I think. That's not today. So yeah. Oh. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and the basement of that cabin is a princess. Okay. So what did we do last time? Last time we tried to rescue her. Or last time we killed her, and then it was a void, and then we killed ourselves, and then we decided, nah, I'm good, I don't want to listen to you. Then we went into the woods, and then a hand grabbed us, and then we went to kill her, or we went to save her, and then in saving her, we had to kill ourselves, and then we let her go, and then she was weird, so then I kept questioning her until her brain broke and she turned into a kawaii anime girl. And then she got abducted by a goddess thing, and it told me to do more of that. So we're gonna continue with more of that, I guess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Also, for the next stream, just now, let me know if you want me to voice the characters at any point, because I do like doing that sometimes. Alright, yeah, this is the one that I did before. Hang on. History. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it did save everything. Just making sure, because I feel like it would have told me not to do this one, because I definitely did this one and I made a joke about it. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Well, is that really the most problematic? I mean, people are kind of the reason the world's ending right now. But how could a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Let me have a debate with God real quick. Oh, there we go. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
One thing to notice, though, is that she was a lot meaner when I brought the knife down.
Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she is dangerous.
I believe.
She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest
So I
a
might
more
try
pragmatic
bringing the
lens
knife
through which to
down
view
and
this
then
situation.
talking about trying to save her. We'll see if that works. We'll see what that does.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Slay, queen. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Or a healthcare CEO.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Unlike a healthcare CEO. Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
No.
Like I said, I don't make the rules. No matter.
We're gonna try to get through 2 resets. We'll do that. I think that'll be a full episode. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
But it could be cool if it ended, though.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Maybe I am. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Yeah, forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
No. Fine. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committed to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Bro keeps yapping like he's not gonna try and just trap me in a white void for eternity.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I don't want to be in a white void for eternity.
You make your way up the
though.
short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think he got a good point. I'm gonna get this knife and I'm gonna use it to save her, like a good person.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
That knife.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table.
I'll
blade
skip through
is
a
your
little
implement.
bit. Because this seems to be very similar. I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Shut up with your yapping. Just checking in on you. Oh, shit. Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they forgot about me.
You walk down the stairs.
Hello.
And lock eyes with the princess.
Hey,
There's a
I'm
heavy
just
chain
checking in
around
on
her
you.
wrist, binding her. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Not necessarily. No way. No. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
I'll drop it over here
She
away
makes a
from the
compelling
wall.
point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll drop it. There you go.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
I'm fine with chatting.
And drops to the
man.
floor
Listen,
with an unceremonious
I don't
clap.
think you're necessarily evil.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I want to, yeah.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
The knife is actually
sure
to
you don't
help you
forget about the
because there
blade
was
on the
no
floor.
key upstairs,
You're
and
going
I
to need it.
assumed that you wouldn't have a way to do anything, so I was hoping maybe I could like break the chain with it, but that's a pretty bulky chain.
So here
I
we
hope.
are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I didn't. Okay. I don't like the fact that it assumes that because I picked up the knife, that means I want to kill her. Because again, you're locked in a basement and there's no key upstairs. The knife, grabbing the knife ahead of time makes sense. Because I'm not necessarily trying to stab her with it. I'm trying to use it as a potential tool because it's the only option I have. Otherwise, I'm just Birdman. You're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Now
I
she's
don't remember
trying to
much
be
about it,
like
to be honest.
evilish.
I've been down here a long time.
The knife wasn't
Just
like
how long has she been down
So obviously the knife seems to like make her more
If I'm supposed to be
aggressive.
capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, and to be honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests
Again, I'm
at
trying
heart.
to get you like actually
sooner.
out.
How
Right now?
sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Yeah, here's the thing. That was the whole point. I was trying to. I wanted to get the knife ahead of time and then see if that was a way to rescue her. And I was going to actually go through with rescuing her. So, like, I'm trying to. I'll see what I can do.
You
okay?
walk up to the chains binding the princess.
I guess
to
I
the
should have
wall.
asked her more
give
questions
them
because
a
I haven't
tongue.
asked her questions like this
They're
yet.
large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
That's why I grabbed the fucking knife. That's why I
Maybe
grabbed
it's somewhere
it.
upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around there somewhere. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You
Yeah.
hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been
I'll just
so
do this,
much
yeah.
easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
That was what I was gonna do.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm.
This was the
just above
original
the
plan,
massive,
and she's so
unyielding
hostile.
chain.
I understand that a stranger coming into the basement with a knife when you're kidnapped is worrisome. But man, I'm just there's no
You
other
cut
way.
into her flesh.
Goddamn.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Yeah,
She didn't
okay.
so
This
much
is
as
fine.
utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you. Her
See, she's a
fierce
little bit
gaze
more
meeting
aggressive
your
now.
eye. How is she so composed after losing it?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
That's fine.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your
God
body
damn it.
steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
It's the same thing, okay.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Sink.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
Alright, yep. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. No.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Skeptic,
I
yeah.
wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to
Nice.
agree.
Yeah.
If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I really do anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Actually, funny thing. You know who's at fault for that death? You!
The absolute irony.
Technically,
That's
yeah.
one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
Yep.
That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure
You
you
deserved
are.
it. It's such a fucking evil thing to say, dude. You're so evil.
Anyway, I believe your second question
bad.
was,
You're a bad
what's
guy.
the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
But you're still doing thought experiments here, yeah? So you're making these points, but these points are purely hypothetical. So how can we even be like, oh, well, you're 100% right because your thought experiment is so correct. It's definitely, if it's a parallel universe, then it's bad. But if time did just simply rewind itself, then that means nothing happened.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Checking pockets.
Put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
Also, that is not my handwriting. My ends don't look like that. I'm not a doctor.
I wish I could tell you more, but there are
Or a
some
Starbucks
rules
worker.
I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
People who, though? Like a village? It's a wood. These woods. Why did they built the basement in the fucking woods? If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? Or you're being you're being cagey. Why aren't you telling me? It makes more sense.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
Yeah, if people locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling all on me?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh, cut the
You're
bullshit.
the only person capable of doing this. Call it a
Jesus.
prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
What if it's the princess? If she dies, ends the world. That's what that void shit was.
I didn't know we were special.
Fuck. Don't let him.
Of course
fucking...
you're special. Why else would you be here?
Shut up.
Yes. Right. We're here because we're special.
Yeah, I like him. He thinks like me. Yeah, we're here because we're special. Ah, shit. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here, but we're all in this together and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Oh, shit. Alright. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
Yeah.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
You know what, buddy? That's a great idea. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Yeah, I will do that. Wink.
The interior of the cabin
What the
is less
fuck?
a cozy woodland
This
retreat
looks so much
and
different.
more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
This whole cabin is
Very
different.
Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Okay, hang on. Is this an autoplay button? Yeah, we'll tell that.
So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There isn't.
Ah, shit. There's
I
definitely
think
a
you
mirror.
know what we have to do.
Yes. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome
Let's not
I
get
am.
caught up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look. Whatever it is,
Yes,
he must
yes,
not want
yes,
us to
yes.
know about it.
Yes,
Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it
Are
even
you
do?
gaslighting me? Approaching mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I'm gonna enter
I'm
the
afraid
basement.
I'm going to insist we take the blade.
Oh, really?
We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that.
Okay.
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world-ending monstrosity your only weapon. Because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon. Peachy, we'll be fine. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Fuck you.
Wonderful.
Railroading
You do
DM
exactly
looking
that,
at.
sweeping the blade from the table before... Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
But it makes her angry.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless.
It makes her unhappy, and I don't want that. I'd prefer to just leave it up here if I could look for something down there to free her.
The door to the
somehow.
basement creaks open,
It's actually
revealing an
kinda prettier.
old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but...
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You
Oh,
walk down the stairs and lock
that's a
eyes
little,
with the princess.
that's difficult.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around
Yikes.
her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts
That
her
makes
hands
things
in
a
her
little
lap.
more difficult.
So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Yeah,
Have you
that's the
noticed the
option.
empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a
That
distinct
is true.
purpose,
That's weird.
there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I don't plan on doing that. I want to sit with her.
You step towards the princess,
I want to
but
talk
she
with her.
stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah, I'll sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
I didn't
Now,
intend to bring the
What are
fucking
your
weapon.
intentions for me?
I'm unironically trying to save you. None of these.
Oh,
Oh,
are we
there we go.
acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this
How
was
do we do
supposed
this?
to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Should we, like, break that No, that chain's pretty fucking big. That's the problem, chain. For real.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
Interesting. It's a contingency.
You being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just
stuttered, huh? Okay.
good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals?
Yeah,
we didn't
right.
have to talk in
What
circles.
was the point of that? If he knows that this is an option, then why the fuck is he like, oh, you're obviously not. No,
I
no
needed
way.
you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough, I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
How the fuck would that happen?
And
How would that work?
maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Damn.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again.
I want to
All
help
right?
her.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be
God, she's
equals?
just sitting
How
here,
is
like,
it ever
staring at me,
helpful to
like,
be in the dark?
having an entire argument with myself in my
The
head.
more I say, the more your mind will swim
She's
into
like-
dangerous waters. Even saying that is too
You
much.
gonna acknowledge the last thing I said?
Your success hinges on you having imperfect
No, still
information.
thinking?
For the
What you
sake
thinking
of the
about?
entire world,
What the
you
fuck?
need to accept that.
Are you good? You good? You need help?
I won't.
Did you forget to take your meds?
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Did you forget how to talk?
Focus.
There we
This
go.
is a serious
I
situation.
knew she would say something.
shouldn't
That was a
be
really
daydreaming.
long section of just me in my head. Okay. What happened after I died?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again.
Oh, she got red tits.
More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's
Ah, shit. I keep accidentally right-clicking. Because it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. You're asking me about my intentions. What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Shit.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah, I don't plan on killing you. how am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
Well,
She
that's
certainly
fun.
seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Why would she want that, though? She would just get the knife, and then she would be stuck with the knife. She's so chained to that wall. If she was strong enough to break out of those chains and be an actual threat from the distance that we are at, because we are at a safe enough distance where she cannot be stabbed, meaning that I am at a safe enough distance where she cannot stab me. Narrator, you gotta think about the logic.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
That's more fair.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling it.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world.
How?
And she might use it to kill you.
You have to say how.
That doesn't sound great.
There's no
about
way
the
she
pros?
could. Other
There are
than
none.
cutting herself out, like we said.
Pros are that we can't trust him.
Again,
Possibly even more
We're
than we
assuming
can't trust
that
her.
she can't
Whatever she has
survive
planned
being
could do something
fucking
to mess with what
beheaded,
he
because
has
if
planned.
she can, I
Or
can't
maybe
kill
they're
her
both screwing
anyway.
us over
I'm
in
just
their
a
own
bird
ways.
guy. What? Okay. I'm trusting you. Here's the knife.
Slide it over.
No.
Yes,
Absolutely
I'll
not.
slide
I'm
it
not
over.
letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like,
God
say,
damn it.
I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
Fuck you, Mr. Narrator.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us.
Oh shit. Which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Rory tried to take over her body.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine.
There you go.
You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Can I just back up a
Thanks.
little bit?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
You're doing that one
What is
first?
she doing?
Why?
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
I don't want to
You
look.
close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching.
And yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something,
Something
roughly
roughly
head-sized
head-sized.
bouncing against the floor. And I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go,
Why would she want
She is
that,
gone.
though?
isn't she?
I hate
only way to
this.
get
Can
me
we
out.
just get out of here now? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you
don't-
can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us.
That would be
Sure you can
understandable
understand
if you
that.
hadn't been lying so
Look,
much.
I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp.
She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Yeah,
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now
I'm
we
the
will
voice of the
relax
skeptic.
and enjoy
Listen
your
up.
reward.
I think I'm gonna take the princess with me.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
What?
Did you see that?
Oh, she twitched.
She moved.
I twitched.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not?
Can I? Okay, if she...
Are you listening to yourself?
She-
Do I
her
need
eye
to
touched
explain to you why decapitation is lethal?
What did you
The door to
walk
your
in on?
bountiful
You
reward is
walked in
right
on
front of you.
decapitation,
All you have
Tyler.
to do is open it.
Leave my cabin.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
What the fuck? Wait, isn't this what happened last
We're
time?
still
God
here.
damn it.
Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Ah, shit! You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go?
Is the princess evil
Try
or
and
not?
find her?
Fuck, man, I don't know.
There's that mirror again.
God,
Was
I
it?
wish I could
Why
tell
now?
you. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Maybe this isn't the princess. It's hard to really tell. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
If you say so.
It feels too good to be true.
I approach the mirror. I gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. I'll proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. I'll approach her. Oh god, is her head separate?
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Oh, by the way, Tyler, I've got a community post poll up that I would like all hands on deck for voting on if you want to look at that on the channel.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you. Why would I? What the fuck? When all this is done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight
I'm
answer?
sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I want answers though, just ones
The
that make
vessels
sense.
you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. Oh, why? Why is a better question. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Huh. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
How many more vessels do I need to bring
If
you?
I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I will also go ahead and say, Tyler, if we do not end up doing Amori for, like, if we end up with the Amori, finish Amori later and do other streams and be able to do them, like, faster, I'll probably just end up doing a, like, restart of it, like, sometime later and just get to Undertale Yellow as the next, like, thing in its spot, so. Okay. Are you the same mean as before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
I don't want to say that because I don't necessarily want to kill it. I don't know if it's evil or not. I can't really tell. Most of these answers seem like they're just going to be random. Attack the entity, destroy your body. Interesting. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here.
Yeah. We done this. We did this earlier. Continue to the cabin.
You make your way. We're not going to go. Ignore.
I asked him a shit ton of
The
questions at the
interior
start of the
blade.
stream. Okay. I did let her go. Interesting. So it seems like taking this blade makes her more aggressive in general. Makes her more mean in general. And I don't necessarily want to be mean, because I'm not really sure what the best avenue is, or if there is no best avenue, and all of them are just different. I'm gonna take it.
You take the blade from the table.
I'll enter.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on.
What happens if I
walk
betray
downstairs
her?
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to
What
the
if we
far
were ending
wall
for
of the
just laughing at the
basement.
princess and then leave? That's probably a terrible idea.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to build. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to.
I'll put it down.
The blade
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
against your better will be
Hello.
fine. Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill
Do
you?
you?
No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
There are people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Oh yeah, this is the same
I don't
one.
remember much about...
Just how long has she been down?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the
Oh, this is
world,
different.
then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
It would have been really funny if I could have just said nuh-uh and then left. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding.
Hmm?
She doesn't know.
Hmm?
She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
What if I betray
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was... That doesn't sound right to me.
Ah.
And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point.
Yep,
So,
up.
I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Have you gone up to talk to her and then say we're done talking? That would be funny, but I have not yet.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Subjugating. Do we know that? Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided?
You know.
Oh, that's different. Interesting. I think the proper choice is murder.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand.
Shit.
You've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a
Ow.
few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you
Dick.
with an intense
I just tried to
curiosity.
murder you.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken.
Maybe
I'd be
she is a
lying if I said I
subjugated
wasn't
monarch.
a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. The tower.
You're on a path. You're here to...
She's gonna kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Stop jerking my
If
dick.
he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he
Oh, this is
does?
different.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
I'm gonna proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. She will... We might as well just pledge ourselves
What
to
the
her
fuck?
and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably
That's
doesn't
a little
need
much.
to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're
What if
being
we killed? You're right. What if we stab the house? You're being
Just
annoying.
ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Proceed
If
into
that's
the
what
cabin.
you want.
You're right. You don't have a say here, Mr. Broken. Broken. Oh no.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your... Why do we feel we don't feel small? We are small.
Didn't say anything. Approach the mirror.
Walk up to... What are you talking about?
Wipey
We
mirror.
reach forward and we should
Rubby
count
against
ourselves
the
lucky.
wall.
Some things are better left unseen.
I'm gonna take the
You
knife.
take the blade from the
I
altar.
gotta.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah, okay. I got it. I'm gonna go in the basement now.
Little baby boy.
The door
Oh
to
my
the basement
God.
creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase.
so tiny.
Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell... This is still a stone basement. If her booming voice rolls up the
Booming
stairs.
boys.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
What? What?
You weren't kidding when you said it was
sorry.
booming. She wasn't like this last
What
time.
the fuck do you
We need to get
mean?
down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Did I turn the princess into a
Should
goddess?
we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes, it doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
I'll continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort.
Okay,
Every
hang
step
on,
requiring
let me
you to
get down this-
clamber over
this-
one edge before dropping to the next.
Shit!
But soon the end comes into
Oh,
view,
damn.
and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
I'm gonna get down this last step. Oh,
The princess towers
what
over you,
the
almost
fuck?
glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
I'm
chain
very
is nothing to her.
confused.
It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Why is she a dummy mommy now? What the
You
fuck?
brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
It has nothing to do with
Drop it.
As
No.
if on command,
Fuck
the
off.
blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor, But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Bullshit.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand.
What is a Dami Mommy?
What
Don't look it up.
feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No. No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs
Fuck
buckle,
off.
and your knees
This
hit
is
the
annoying.
floor.
I don't like this.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
I don't like this one.
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than
Gives
lends
me
credence to our
control.
conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done.
I just talked to
I
her
can
for a
only
little
hope
bit,
it helped
and
you
then
learn a
I was like,
valuable
okay,
lesson.
I'm gonna try and kill you now because I wanted to be like, haha, betrayer. Maybe that makes a different ending where she's like more angry at me or something. But instead, she killed me and then
You
turned
are the
into
only
like a
one who
deity.
can deal with her. And if you
Wait,
don't,
I just realized, is this the
well,
ending I
she's
got the
let you know
fucking
what will
thumbnail
happen,
from?
hasn't she?
Oh my god, this is the same. That was on accident. That was unironic. Hang on. No. I'm pulling up Opera. I'm showing you where I got this from. I did not plan this. I am. Hang on. No. I need to show this because this is really funny. This is really funny now that I look at it and I realize this is the same one. Oh wait, this is display. Hang on. That's not what I want. Remove. Yes. Hang on. Give me a second. This is just really funny. I can't fucking believe I accidentally... No, not that one. This one. Yes. I literally just looked up Slay the Princess and... like looking for... When I look for thumbnails, I have to get the thumbnail beforehand. Did I see Mickey in Vietnam? I fucking forgot. God damn it. I'll have to look it up after the stream. Hang on. I'll pre-type it now, actually. There we go. Well, we'll just have that. But I just looked up like images for Slay the Princess beforehand because I have to get the thumbnail before the stream. And and this one I just had the funny idea of the thumbnail where I just edit it and I just add "wake up, it's time to game" as like a joke of like, one, I'm actually like able to stream more consistently now, and two, it's just a funny image, like a funny meme thing. And it actually ended up being the ending that we're getting. It looks like this looks a lot like what she looks like right now, right? Right? That's really funny. That's so fucking funny. I can't believe that.
then you shouldn't
And it's
have
the last
trusted us
one
with her
too.
destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? Okay.
Fuck. What are you supposed
First
to do?
things
Stop her,
first,
is what he
you're
said.
going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
I am not a little bitch. No. I'm not gonna help you end the world. I don't care if someone new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Shut up.
Pick up that needle.
Do it.
Needle.
It's what she wants.
No objections here.
What
Don't
the
know
fuck
what
do you
she's
mean, no
planning, and I don't like
objections?
that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
No, fuck off. This is really fucking annoying.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy.
Okay, yeah. You
You
can feel a
I
creaking
hate
tension
this.
between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce.
She's gonna make me
Princess
kill
eyes you
myself.
with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's
And then
to
I'm gonna
come,
be forced to
dragging
do
out
it
the
because the
long,
narrator's like,
painful
oh, you
seconds.
just did it.
But all
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Fuglia.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
No.
You don't have to listen to her.
God fucking damn it. It's gonna make me kill myself.
Oh, we'll end this all. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat.
Slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your
That's
ribs,
annoying.
slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
This is what they made out of me saying, I want to talk to you and then try to stab you as a betrayal tactic.
Then it slides
she
back
becomes
out,
God.
the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. It's what you, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist,
Yes!
struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs.
Fuck you.
The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't
L.
have to be like this.
L-woman.
It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
I'ma kill you.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue
I
to
will be
approach the
Kratos,
princess,
Godslayer.
even as the repeated gouges of
swear
your
it.
blade expose bone and
I will
muscles
kill
to
you.
the open air of the basement.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal
Bitch, you
is
took
so
over my
much
entire
easier
body
if I
earlier.
didn't have to
Fuck
contend
you.
with free
What the
will.
fuck are you talking about?
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
I will kill
Stop.
her.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet. Your chest
I will kill you.
heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
Oh my god,
Princess
it's literally.
kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
No fucking way! No fucking way!
Your devotion
Wake
is
up.
misplaced.
Get up. It's time to
You've
game.
surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
I'll kill you.
There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
What is a god?
Well, that's demeaning,
To a
isn't it?
non-believer.
Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I
Fuck
think he's
you.
given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
It's literally the
least
exact
one of
same
you
fucking
is safe.
thumbnail. It's so
She's
funny.
within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now
Yes.
because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
I said no resist is what I want, but
No. Yes.
yeah, let's
Struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind
Slash!
of freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle. and
Stab your
severing
Achilles
it in
heel.
An act of unyielding defiance.
ha.
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't
Yes!
take any time to recover, your heart pounding with determination.
Birdman,
Plunge your blade
God
into her
Slayer.
chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Shut the
Shut
fuck up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your
Ares!
Before you can strike the final blow,
Your son has
off
returned!
your feet.
Ow!
Unsettling wet pop
Fuck!
as your spine breaks.
Shit!
Numbness and
God,
pain
that
spread through
hurts.
your body. As you rebound towards
Ouch.
the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed
Damn
as
it.
she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well.
Yes.
She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
Nah, screw this. We going out
you
together.
made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Shut up, you little
Aside
fucking
from the pain,
simp.
I feel fine.
I feel pretty good.
She collapses
God
to the
killer.
floor.
I got it.
Her glassy
I got it,
eyes
and she has
watch,
been called
unblinking,
God
yet
Killer.
somehow still full of anguish and fear as the two of you perished. I suppose we were never gonna get
Oh,
a
as the two of you
happy
perished
ending
together.
here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Fury. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What the fuck?
On a path onwards. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that? I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Fuck yeah! Let's go!
Exactly.
Also, what
Heathens
the
destroyed
fuck
the most
happened
beautiful thing
to the world? Oh my
Can't say I have much
god!
sympathy for you. She was bad for us, and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. All right, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions.
The only time I've ever agreed with the
Okay, great,
narrator
so
was
this-
ascending.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
Yeah, it looks really
Look,
gross.
If the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no...
Feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better listen to me when the time comes to make a choice. Yeah. Fuckers. You
So
better
what, if
listen
I'm
to
speaking
me.
my mind. It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries
I hope that he's
something, I'll put a
broken
stop
enough
to it.
that he'll listen to me. I want to be his god. No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. Might as well see this through. Oh, it's odd.
Good. We're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find
Fleshy.
yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it.
Gladly.
Look, I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure...
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can sound...
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble column, but that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into
like
chaotic
Caleb.
streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the pedestal. Good. Now
I'll approach the mirror.
you step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. All we see, it really is just like last time. Are we...
Smash it. Smash it to...
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there?
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already.
Yeah,
Do whatever
Kratos.
you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so... You
Oh,
reach
basically.
forward and drag your hand across the door. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted
Ew, it's
ceiling
gross.
stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides.
How the fuck did I get
You
this
feel both
ending?
unprotected and trapped. But
What
once
the hell?
exposed, the air is thick, its odor an oppressive
do?
violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing
bellowing
rage, roars
rage.
up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see
Your
the
time to
horrors you wrought
die.
upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us.
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is
Let's
now,
fucking go.
it's our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
Makes us a
She
god
was trying to
killer.
end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to
Look
the
at your
bottom of
gross
the stairs.
ass.
The chamber's walls are painted
Whoa,
in blood.
whoa.
A deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that
You know
make
what
up
that
its
looks
floor.
like?
This place
Hey, princess,
reeks of
have you ever
torment,
played,
of ripped skin and
Any
burning
video
bone.
games before? When a boss has a weak point, it's usually a bright, glowing red spot. And that spot's looking real fucking red.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Nothing.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from
You
the
know what
place
you're gonna
where
do?
metal meets flesh.
You're gonna watch as I stab you in that big,
Then,
weak
with a
point.
nauseating sound,
Oh dear
the
God.
skin tears. It plops
Okay,
to the
that's
ground.
scary. That's a
She
worry.
pulls her
That's
red,
worry. That's worry.
glistening arm
That's not
free
good.
from her bindings.
That's not good.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
I'm going to end you.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
Fuck yeah.
Terrifying squelch.
What?
You are unwound.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
That's bullshit.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
What? This is no time for words. Step forward and engage your enemy.
Skin you charge towards the princess.
Right. She'll never stop us.
Still, you defy your god! I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again!
You swallow her heart. What's left of you explodes.
Fuck
So
you.
that's it. It's over. Just
Of course it's over. It's been over since
Let me
the
fight
very
back.
first moment we laid eyes on her.
Voice of the stubborn,
This
bring
is
it back.
the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No. It's not over. We're a god killer.
Yes.
We've returned from death itself twice.
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
what's the difference?
From many perspectives, there isn't one, but functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in. Incapable
God
of movement,
fucking
but
damn it.
entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved.
So they're gonna say I'm
perfectly
locked in this
in
forever.
the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
Shed this vessel for the next.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
But you do die. There's a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. And yet you are still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final
Dormammu.
destination?
I've come to
Princess
bargain.
tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly, I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Die again. Again you relinquish your body, and again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
She's gorgeous. You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
And what are you doing?
attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
Again and again. You let yourself go, and you are living once more.
On a path.
We are not on a fucking... I have no idea where we are. We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
You are not the Fury.
Again.
I am. Again! You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
Ronna,
No time. You narrate now.
yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves lay bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance. Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
Fuck yeah!
God damn
You
it.
are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to
Wait, what?
dream it was alive.
I literally am a void.
That feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You're not the god here.
You cannot win if you cannot be.
I am. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart, threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there is nothing there to find. You can't exist.
I did anyway, bitch. The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror.
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I...
Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes a move, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you... Hang on. I want to say, what do you think of this vessel? But there's no option. How many vessels?
We will know when...
Okay. Have you figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Alright. I think a lot of these are just going to end up with cryptic words that I won't understand unless I really listen to them, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the
That was part 2. We are always gonna do 2. Oh shit! I didn't think that was gonna. We'll just talk on a black screen for a bit. We're always gonna do 2 little paths. So if you want to see the rest of it, you can rewatch the VOD. I've been streaming it for a little bit. But that is that, and we're probably going to be streaming a lot more often in these next coming weeks because now I don't have to share my streaming space with a lot of other people. So we're going to have a lot more in the future, and probably not going to have Amori. We're probably going to end up playing Undertale Yellow, and we're going to do all the routes in that. Remember to see the Mickey thing. I have it pulled up on Opera. I have it pulled up, and I'm going on that next. I will. But thank you for watching. And I hope to see you guys